Welcome all you +2 comedy modifiers back to Dance of Cards. We return to my Let's Play already in progress. I didn't expect this nightmarish journey to have such a happy ending. I feel like we're celebrating a hollow victory. But maybe a moment of joy will help us stay sane after all that has happened to us. After I'm done with all the unfinished business, I need to go and tell him I'm ready for the banquet. A new life is about to begin. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Going through my sister's stuff. It's like, you will be missed or something. Your sleep won't be disturbed, yeah. Oh, so I can do this, right? Where's everybody? Oh. Nobody's anywhere. All right. What unfinished business could I have? Ah, yes. Remember when the team I beat jumped off of this ship right here? Oh, there's Lisa. What's up? Life works in mysterious ways, doesn't it? So many times it seems that our paths would apart. But look, it was you who brought me to the new world. I hope this time it's for real. For real? Alright, just making sure you say the same thing. So I guess I should do like a quick walk around just to see if I can find where everybody is. I assume Franz is going to be where he usually is in the game for a glass of liquor. I'm sorry, but I can't give you anything. I have to wait till the banquet. Well, you suck! Franz is usually in the movie theater. Fire. A little chilly. Just wanted to warm up a little bit. Music was super good in this game. I don't want to go dining because I think that's the banquet. Clock is a work of art. Do. Oh, there she is. Let's just see if Franz is in here. He's not. Weird. Oh, there he is. We did it, Martin. Thank you for staying with me. But I have no idea how to live in the new world without the director. Will you help me, my dear brother? Oh, my God. Everything's whiny with you. Just check on the captain's area here, just to see. Nah, same old crap. I'm not ready yet. Go talk to Franz. The wrong journey has finally come to an end. Everything should be different. But we managed to break free. Alright. Shall we go to the banquet, everybody? Are you ready for the banquet? No. Sorry, I got too quick with the button. Yes. Good. The party is about to begin. Party! Ladies and gentlemen, less than Jake! Sorry. The banquet exceeded all of our expectations. Everyone was still alive. We discussed our future plans, finished the whole thing before we knew it. Nom, 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 nom. I'm stuffed to the gills. But you haven't had the cake yet. Send help. Well, I suggest we take a small break and wet our throats. We have a bottle of wine left just in case you need a digestive aid. Let's raise our glasses and drink to a fitting end to the evening. I have poisoned you! Ha ha! Gotcha, suckers! Oh no! Fudge. What the heck is this? By the way, I could do full splits. Why are we tied up again? What's going on? It seems we got a little excited too soon, yeah. But how is that possible? The captain's dead. The executions had to stop. That's where you're wrong. I'm the captain now. Look in my eyes. I'm the captain now. As you can see, I am very much alive. Edgar, wait a minute. But you're an automaton. We checked it. And the captain committed suicide. Word I'm not going to say on YouTube. Your confusion is understandable. Let me change my clothes and show you my true face. Look away. Taking my clothes off. Yar! My name is Wilmore. Oh, I'm the captain of this ship. I guess I shouldn't change his voice at this point. Allow me to welcome you aboard and wish you a pleasant journey to hell. You're supposed to you were so desperate to find me that I thought I'd reward you with a personal meeting at the end. Captain, you're alive? But what about the body we found? Are you saying it wasn't you? Nah, it was me. Got it. But how could you survive a bullet to the head? Don't be so surprised. A shot to the head doesn't necessarily mean death. If the bullet misses the brain, your brain must be real small, bro. History is full of cases like this. That's what I was counting on. Alright, so just gotta hope you don't hit my brain with this. All I had to do is choose the right angle. And as you can see, I lost my eye, but otherwise my life is not in danger. It hit you in the eye, but not the brain? But the chances of everything going your way seem slim to none. How the hell did you get so lucky? Punk! When you have an infinite number of retries, it doesn't matter how small the odds are. This is going to get all Undertale-y? What do you mean by that? You'll understand when the time comes. What about the pulse? I checked it. The pufferfish in my aquarium came to my rescue. Their toxin is capable of stopping the heartbeat for a while when dosed correctly. Jeez! The only problem is that the wrong amount will kill you instantly. But as I said, when you can retry over and over again, it doesn't matter anymore. The heck is this supposed to mean? My name is Sans from Undertale. This is how I faked my death. It was so easy to play you for the fools you are. While you were watching the record I had left, I put on Edgar's clothes and pretended to be him. You're all so gullible, a wig and some makeup are enough to throw you off the track. But did you really think I would let you go? Do you really think I would stop halfway and let any of you live? Kind of. I didn't wait 20 long years for nothing. No. I will go all the way and kill each and every one of you. Again and again and again. Why do you hate us so much? You're to blame for her death. Because of you, I will never see her smile or her tears again. I lived for her, and your actions led to her end. I have sworn vengeance against you, and I will take it! Yes! It won't bring her back, but it will ease the pain in my heart, and also my eye, where I was shot. For a moment. Who are you talking? Like, Phylliston! My wife, Sophie. Flashback! It happens decades ago on an original Game Boy. Or if we go by your time, 3 years back. What? It happened 2 decades ago, or by your time, 3 years. Sophie and I had a family. We lived in a small house in the middle of nowhere. Poor but happy. Our son was growing up. Sophie loved him dearly and spoiled him despite my objections. I object! When the time came for him to live home to study in the big city, that's when our problems began. My son kept sending letters asking for money, supposedly tuition fees, but God only knows what he really was spending it on. We had to go to great lengths to get the amount he was asking for. Sophie went without food to save some money. Ugh. I also took a job, any job I could find. Our poverty was the root of the tragedy that followed. My birthday was coming up. Sophie really wanted to give me a present. She knew how much I loved magic shows, so we decided to buy us tickets to one. That's Quentin, I believe. To get them, she had to go to one of the scalpers. The scalper charged her so much for the ticket that we could never have bought them with our savings. So she went to the bank to get a loan from Lev, and the lender didn't hesitate a large... To go to a magic show? This is on you, bro! Sophie loved me too much to give up her idea, so she agreed and signed the contract. Sophie was dumb. I put on my birthday hat. Sophie gave me a ticket and invited me to the show. I scolded her a little. Just a little. Being wasteful, but my heart was happy and she had given me such a gift. If only I had known what it would lead to. We sat down to watch the show. The director and his cat, a comedy duo with a cat, was the first act on stage. And then came the main event, the magic show. Were it not for this ill-fated performance, Sophie would still be alive. During the magic show, Sophie was robbed by a thief. The money left after buying the ticket was stolen, the money intended for our son. We didn't know what to do. We had an enormous debt we could not pay. This is where I made my biggest mistake. She's about to get hit by a car. I'm calling it. I went to get some money after and left Sophie alone. She didn't want to sit on her hands either. Sophie went to the fortune teller in the woods for advice on what to do next. Would change drastically if she got a job at a veterinarian's mansion? What? Oh, a veteran's mansion, excuse me. When she heard it was my birthday, she gave her a deck of cards and told her to give them to me. Sophie went to the mansion the fortune teller had mentioned. Indeed, there was a job for her. But only girls with low morals would take the job. See, he was a creepy old guy. I don't really like this graphic. The veteran was furious when he heard the refusal. He captured Sophie and nearly succeeded in his plan. Fortunately, Sophie was able to free herself and escape from the house. Yeah! I tripped. Ran without looking at the road, determined to get as far away from the monster as possible. Fate brought her to a fatal intersection. And here comes Dita and Joseph. At the same time, the car carrying a high-rank official and his companion down the road. They were too preoccupied with themselves to look anywhere where they were going. Their car hit Sophie at full speed. The poor girl was alive and could have been saved if they just treated her a time, but they left. Unfortunately, the official was unwilling to help her and fled the scene. His companion was just as cowardly. Sophie, clinging to life with all her strength, lay forlorn on the street. Oh, I didn't know this part. A passing ambulance couldn't save her, but unfortunately, it was staffed by a trainee who didn't know the basics of first aid, and Simon was drunk. And the head doctor was drunk as a skunk. Okay. They called a policeman to find the driver, who I believe was very loud, who committed the terrible crime. After examining the scene, the police concluded that there was no point in looking for anyone and that Sophie was going to die anyway. He decided that even though they caught someone, it would not save the girl. He just shook his head and walked away. Well, that's the only part of this story that doesn't really add up. So one of the journalists who was hiding in a secluded place the whole time. Oh, right, the photographer. She was taking pictures and writing the story in her head. The death of another was just an opportunity to move up the ladder. He even considered saving Sophie. Woman killed in car accident. Read more on next page. Economy's on the rise, though. And how to win at the casino with all your new money because the economy's on the rise. Hey, and a New World cruise. By the evening, the story was printed. Only a few copies were published. An official found out in time and offered a huge sum of money to have the rest of the print of the run destroyed, but I got my hands on a copy. On the way home, I picked up the evening newspaper as usual. Is this Franz? Or is that him? I was shocked by what I read. I could not believe that the article was about Sophie, but it was clear from the picture that it was. I rushed to find her. She was just still in the street. Really? Tears streamed from my eyes. The woman I loved more than life itself was gone. I was utterly alone. Yes, I still had my son, but I'd long since stopped thinking of him as my own. Is Franz the son? I buried Sophie in the backyard. I dug her grave and buried her under a tree. I tried to get justice from the police, but they had already been ordered to cover it up. In the house, I found a deck of cards and a note. This is a gift to you from the fortune teller. It's supposed to bring you luck. Cursed by the luck that took away the person I loved most. It's a save point. Still grieving, I tried to go to bed so that in the morning I could figure out what to do with my life. I fell asleep, but not for a long time. Bitterness and resentment were eating me up inside. I couldn't think straight. I took the gun I kept in the house for protection against uninvited guests. I went to Sophie's grave and told her that I would be together soon. Put the gun to my head and pulled the trigger. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. I died. Choosing my words carefully for you two. And a moment later, I woke up in my bed. The clock showed the same time when I got up to shoot. It wasn't a scratch on me, and it was in the same place it was earlier. I think I just had a too vivid a dream. I decided to finish what I started. Just did it again. One more time. Pour one out. Death. Then another awakening in my bed. I must be going crazy, I thought to myself. I did not dare to make any more attempts. That makes sense. I went to bed determined to do it in the morning. It's like, it's because it's late. Tried to repeat what I had done. Oh, God. One shot, and I was back in my bed. The clock was at a different time. 7 in the morning, the time I woke up. I couldn't do it, but I had no reason to live either. What if, a strange thought came to me, and without a shadow of doubt, I decided to try an experiment. I took a sleeping pill and went to bed. When I woke up, it was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Once again, went outside. A second later, I was back in bed, and the clock said 2 p.m. Figured out what was going on. I was going to the last moment I woke up. I noticed a faint glow coming from the cards. Was the cards really doing this? I had no doubt about it. After all that had happened, it was easy to accept this possibility, which had defied all laws of physics. I realized that these cards could bring me luck. I just had to play them right. And I chose revenge! Revenge on anyone that made me lose my love! I, again, was just a magician. I need time to carry out a plan that I had in mind, but thanks to the cards, I didn't have to worry about that. I began to call them my memory cards. That was supposed to be a rim shot, but I guess I hit a xylophone. This is my mime xylophone. Let me get my mime drumstick. But ting, there it is. His newspaper I had to blackmail the official and got a large sum of money from him. This caused some gossip within the inner circle and cost him his campaign, but that was not enough for me. Only death, and death in front of me, would give me satisfaction. I went ahead with my plan. It's been a while since I played anything. It's been a lot of book reading so far. I dug another grave next to Sophie and placed the headstone with his name on it. As far as I was concerned, the man called Wilmer Taylor was dead. Money helped me go into the shadows and do what I wanted to do quietly. I didn't want to kill you one by one. Who knows? I might have even discovered halfway through, or one of you might have caught a whiff of something and gone into hiding. Couldn't risk it. I had to get you all in one place. So I bought a boat somehow. I concluded that the ship was the perfect place for my plan, but I could not build the ship myself. I had no choice but to buy one. I found a suitable ship for sale. It was the very ship that we're on now. How'd you pay for it? And I got from the official was not enough to buy it. However, I had cards, so I could endlessly try options until I found the one that would increase my wealth. Gambling proved a useful tool. If you need to make a lot of money and stay incognito, it is ideal. The main thing is to know when to stop. It took me only a week of your time to make the right amount. I bought the ship and was almost ready to sail. But I needed a crew. I didn't want to take any chances with outsiders. It's not like I could trust them anyway. So I made robots. Yeah, robots were made. So I made robots. I made robots. Yeah, you made robots. The research took me a very long time. I found that I had grown very old, even though it was only a short time in your world. But it was worth it. I'm the only person in the world capable of creating such a miracle. Okay, so it took more time for him because he kept reloading his save. And back to you! I'm the only person in the world who can decide whether you live or die. But I'll give you a hint, you're all gonna die. My goodness, you've had a grudge against us for so long. That's why I'm not gonna stop now. But it's all a series of accidents. None of us wanted Sophie to die, it was all circumstance. It was all circumstance. What a convenient excuse, isn't it? Circumstances for you, but her own life for Sophie. I had nothing to do with it. It's not my fault. Those are the typical words of a coward. You create your problems and you run away, hoping you'll have some better luck elsewhere. But your luck is run out. Do you really think you can change my mind? 20 long years I've waited for this moment. 20 years I've kept this hatred inside me. I'm not going to give it up at the last moment. I've decided that you shall die. Your death is inevitable as the sun rising tomorrow. No words can heal my heart. I was corrupted long ago. Only your lives can sate my hunger. I gotta blow my nose. Hope you guys don't mind. Yeah, I actually have a stuffy nose, so I do Franz's voice real well right now. Go on. What about Franz? He had nothing to do with this. Go. By the way, where is he? Have you killed him yet? Franz, the boy made an unforgettable impression. If it hadn't been for him, you would have all died on the first day. He managed to postpone your deaths. Twice, in fact. Well, let's hear it from him. Hi. Franz, you're alive! You were right to point out that the boy has done nothing wrong. I let him live, for the time being at least. Now it's up to you whether he lives or dies. Forgive me, I couldn't save you. What are you talking about, Franz? You've done enough. No, I was too arrogant. I thought I could stop everything, but I was wrong. To get on the ship, I hid myself in one of the chests that were to be brought aboard. The chest I was hiding in was in the captain's cabin. The same cabin where we found his body. While I was in the room, the captain recorded his first message to us. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The captain vividly described the cruel and twisted way in which he was going to kill the passenger of the ship. Shriveling in fear, I lay in that trunk in complete darkness, trying not to make any noise. I thought my heart was going to jump out of my chest. But then the captain was gone, and I knew I had to do something. He had set the automaton to do whatever he ordered. I tried to change what he said so that it was a message of hope instead of a message of death. I edited the recording the best that I could. You already know how it came out of it. It wasn't enough. I managed to keep the threat away from us for a while, but the captain apparently interviewed and gave new orders. That's right, my boy. What a nuisance you've been. You say that I was surprised would be an understatement. But I was glad about this turn of events. Staggering the murders over several days was an exciting idea. These twisted games we play began. I knew the captain was hiding in that room, but I couldn't tell you out of fear you'd think I was the enemy, and then you tied me up and tortured me anyway. On top of that, I was disgusted with myself. I was to blame. I was getting a little home story on those games. Now I waited for the moment that I could make new things right. That moment came when Joseph and I was on duty. As you already know, we saw the captain. It was clear that everyone would soon find out the secret room. I was used to staying up all night, but Joseph had a hard time with the night duty. So I kicked him in the shins. He dozed off briefly, exhausted from a fruitless search. No fruit anywhere. I heard a faint shot and knew immediately what it was. After making sure Joseph was asleep, I rushed to the secret door. I already knew how to open it, so I got inside quickly. I saw the captain's body. I knew this was our chance. He had left us another recording. I had a hunch that this message would get us killed. So I hurriedly edited it again. I had to before Joseph woke up, so it was a rush job. But I believe we could survive. If only I had been more careful. Don't blame yourself, Franz. You did everything you could. Did you? But it was all in vain. In the end, you couldn't save anybody. And now I'm going to kill the people you fought so hard for. Please, no! Why do you care so much about them? They have become so dear to your heart. They're the first people I call my friends. Don't give me that now! All this talk about friendship is getting on my nerves. No matter what you say, I will kill your so-called friends, boy! I was going to spare your life, but now I changed my mind, because you're dumb and I hate you. You will have to play a game of cards with them. If you win, you live. If you lose, you die. But your friends will die either way. Don't think you can change that. This is just too cruel. You have forced my hand, boy. If you want to live, you have to get over them. All right, friends, we'll help you. Get out. I can't do this. Please don't be afraid. We fought for a long time, but it's time for us to admit defeat. And still have a chance to live, Franz. And don't worry about us. Oh, this is sweet, sweet despair. So what's happening? And that's going to do it for this edition of Dance of Cards. Be sure to press that subscribe button so when I upload a new video and put it into YouTube, you will return and get a notification. Also, be sure to comment on what you think of this episode, and I will see you all next time.